Hello, my name is Huie, otherwise known as Chase Hudson, and welcome to my mind massage. I'm going to take you on a sound journey using some of my favorite things. So this is my jewelry bag. I take this with me everywhere I go, which is why it is so dirty, and why it still says Lottie instead of Huddy. This, for example, this is my Chrome Hearts necklace. I wear this pretty much every day. This, which was handmade for me from Geoff Jewelry, one of my friends. It took him 2 months to make this, and it's really cool. It's neat. It's got engravings on the front and the back. I love it. Another one of my favorites as well. This I got when I went to Capri, Italy. I stopped in a random store when I was walking around, and the store was about 10 feet wide. Got black diamonds, and I think this is bone that they marrowed down into a tiny white dragon. So I go by the name Huddy now. I was Lil Huddy growing up pretty much my whole life. That was my nickname, and when I turned 20, I felt like there was a need to change my name. I felt like the best thing for me to do was to change my artist name and let people know that I was once something as a kid, and now I'm something else. I'm almost a different person, a new entity, a new vision, and I'm gonna take that everywhere with me. The most played song on my phone right now is Ventura Highway. It's this really good record from the 80s, and I listened to it when I was on vacation in the mountains, when I was fishing on a boat, and ever since then I've listened to it every morning on my way to the studio, and it gives me a good vibe. Any hidden talents? I don't think I have too many hidden talents. I'm very intuitive, and I feel like intellectually talented in a way that people don't quite understand. I first knew I wanted to start making music when I was really young, honestly. I was writing songs in the shower when I was like 7 or 8 years old, and seeing my dad get really into learning instruments got me into singing with him. From there, I always wanted to be a musician. I feel like there's 2 really big music inspirations for me right now, and one of them would be Vic Fuentes from Pierce the Veil. He's been a really big influence on my new work. I've been really studying how he transformed his sound from the very beginning to where it is now, and how he's carried himself throughout the different eras. Him as a person, honestly, he's such a nice, humble person, and that's something I aspire to take with me throughout my whole life. Another musician that I really look up to right now is Lenny Kravitz. I think he's got the most swag out of any musician, and has been able to hold that status for such a long time. You know, he's been killing the games ever since he came in it. So for my next option, I've got this here candle, and I got this at a flea market for not that expensive. And this right here, my girlfriend got for her birthday, little matchboxes for everybody as party favors, and I chose this because I really love candles. I feel like they're such an essential part of life and of the vibe that you bring to a room. And just about every room that you go into in my house, there's a different candlelight, and like the different smell each room gives off is so nice and different, and it feels like you're walking to a different place. But I've been really getting into the larger candle wicks recently, and I really like them. Like, this is one that you can just kind of carry around at night. Just kind of like this. Just kind of in the dark, you know, how they did in the old days. We're going to light a match here and light this candle. This is mainly for the vibes. So my personal style, I would say, is a mix of a dark Renaissance, a little bit of a 70s punk, a little hint of like a new day, cleaner, more high fashion. It's really hard to put into words because it also changes every day. It never stays the same. But no matter where my style goes or evolves to, it kind of falls back down under one of those three categories. If I could travel to any point in time in history, the time that the ancient Egyptians ruled the world, just to see what it's like be like an overseer of what was going on there, because I feel like they know so many things that we don't. And they had very interesting ways of thinking, and I want to know why. I want to know why they built pyramids, and I want to know how they came to worshiping their gods and worshiping cats. If I could have any animal, I think it would be a snow leopard. I would get one of those big cats. A lion would be cool because they have the beautiful mane. But I would say snow leopard because their unique spots and their unique coat. The all white fur is really beautiful. And they're a little smaller too. They're not as scary, I would say. So I would get like a little pup, like a little tiny baby pup. I brought cameras. Now I brought 2 cameras. I brought the disposable film camera. One, because it makes a fun noise when you roll it. And when you snap the photo, it's even more fun, even more satisfying. I'm gonna take a picture of you. But the second camera I brought, this one over here, this is my everyday camera. This is my baby, and it makes a fun noise when you turn on. That's for flash. Turn on the flash, and then you hold it down lightly, and it makes like the most satisfying noises, honestly. Like it's so good. And then you just, if you've seen anything that isn't a professional photo on my Instagram, or if you think it's a professional photo and it's not, it's on this camera. I take this everywhere with me. This goes on all my trips, and if I don't bring it, I'm in trouble, because I don't know how else I'm gonna take photos if it's not with this. So I have this song called Love Bites that's coming, and this is probably the most reinventing song that I've made so far. It's sonically different than anything I've ever made. I think it's a lot more fun than anything I've ever made. I think it's perfect for a night out. I loved it so much that I made it my EP title because of how much I loved it, honestly. I couldn't have it any other way. So I made it both the single and the EP title. It's a key factor in telling the story of what the EP is. And the EP is essentially a story about how love comes and it scares you, and it can be toxic or weird or crazy at first, but how you start to accept love no matter how intense it may be or how scared you might be to love, and how when you finally accept it, that things look brighter from there. So if I were to have a superpower, I would be able to control the water. I'd want to be like Poseidon. I've always thought Poseidon was the coolest of the ancient Greek mythology, and I've always loved the movie Percy Jackson growing up. And I was actually Percy in 6th grade. My dad actually, he was my teacher. He made us all dress up in ancient Greek mythology costumes, and I chose Percy. And I don't know how I would use it. I feel like it would be the coolest superpower to have, for sure. Being able to walk on water, split water, throw water, you know. One of the cool things I thought was fun about Percy Jackson was that the water healed him whenever he was hurt too. So essentially you're almost like invincible. Alright, so for my next one, we have hairspray. Now, this isn't my hairspray. It's my girlfriend's, but this is the volume hairspray, and I brought this today, one, because I haven't done my hair today, but 2, because it makes a great noise, and it's kind of fun being able to fluff with your hair. So, oh wait, this is cool too. I don't know how to do ASMR, but I hope I'm doing good so far. I think we're going to start with this side. That did not sound good. It sounds like the hairspray's dying. I like to go like this. This is actually how I do my hair. I can teach you. So I get out of the shower. I brush it back. I part it 2 ways. As you can see, this way and this way. It's not like a middle part, but a side part. And then I just kind of run my hands through my hair so you can have different hairs going each way, different textures. And then I go back around this way. And I kind of do the same thing. Oh wait, I'm whispering. And I kind of do the same thing on this side. And I just grab it, I curl it a little bit, just kind of with it. And then sometimes I'll mess with the bangs as well. Got some on my forehead. And now my hair looks no better or different. If I could listen to one genre of music for the rest of my life, I think it'd have to be like a mellow 70s, 80s playlist. I could live off of that perfectly fine. I wake up in the morning, I tell Alexa, I go, hey, Alexa, play mellow 70s gold. And she sets me right every time my day started. Just kind of like a soft rock, you know? Like an Elton John, like a relaxing Bee Gees song, you know? Like How Deep Is Your Love? I listen to that one a lot too. Like the Beatles and The Journey and the Eagles, stuff like that. My best self-love advice, that you can always start from today. You are carrying yourself each and every day based off of what you did that day. Say you were to go and eat super healthy for a week. That'd be a start in a new journey. And it's never too late to start something new for yourself or to take care of yourself. But besides that, I think learning to be happy for yourself is a big thing, and to look at your accomplishments and give yourself a pat on the back, and to look at the hard work that you do and to give yourself credit, I think is something that is so hard for us to do sometimes. So I think slowing down, giving yourself a chance to breathe and think through what your life is, and to change, being able to acknowledge that is the first step in the right direction. As long as you're paying attention to what it is that is hurting you, you always have the chance to improve yourself and to change it. Thank you so much for coming to my mind massage, and make sure to check out my EP, Love Bites. See you later. Yo, I'm Jaden. Welcome to my mind massage. I'm gonna take you on a sound journey using some of my favorite things. This is Dr. Pepper. Let's open it up. I know that felt good. Oh, it's real good, brother. Let's have a sip. Wow. Funny enough, I'm from the South, and Dr. Pepper's a really big thing in the South. Born in Dallas, Texas, moved to Tennessee, so both very Southern. I think that the Southern charm and Southern kindness is a very good tool to use in any industry that you're in. So, next time you see someone, maybe throw a thank you at them, or a hello, sir, or sir as my lady. And try some delicious Dr. Pepper. I knew I wanted to sing when I saw Never Say Never, Justin Bieber's movie/documentary, when I was like 9. I thought we had similar traits as a child, so I latched onto that pretty quickly. And I fell in love with singing because of that. When I knew I wanted to be a musician was when I saw Juice WRLD, probably 10 years later, at my first concert. And it was a euphoric moment. I find a lot of musical inspiration in the people around me. Not even just people that I look up to, but like my roommate, one of my best friends that passed away. They're very big musical inspirations for me because they listen to artists that are very underground. And I think artists who are very underground have a lot more knowledge than people give them credit for, because they're basing their art off of the feeling, not off of what works. If I could describe my music to someone who's never heard it, first album, I feel like I sound like the 2020, 2021 version of like what pop punk music would be. Now my second album, I think I have a much more mature sound, so I don't know what I would tell them. I would just tell them to listen and then come back and let me know. The inspiration behind my single, What the Hell, actually came like 2.5 years ago. I made that song quite a bit ago, and I really think that I've just fucked up so many times in my life. It has kind of become a recurring issue. At that time, it was a recurring issue, and I wanted to let people know that I also know, like, damn, what the hell did I do now? But 2 years later, I just wanted to put it out for my fans because they really wanted it. If I could work with any artist dead or alive, definitely Juice WRLD or X, because they were kind of the reason I started. Elvis Presley, Frank Sinatra, I love them. I think they would love me. Nice leather. That felt transcendent. It's like you're opening up to a new world. What more could you ask for? My most played song on my phone right now would have to be Wake Up by Freak. He's a metal artist. He's a really nice guy. I burped. Forgive me. I'm sorry. And if I had to listen to one genre of music for the rest of my life, what would it be and why? I think I'm choosing island music. Like music from the Caribbean, or, you know, I've always found a certain attraction towards island music and dancing. And I think that YG Marley's recent song, Praise Jah in the Moonlight, really sealed the deal for me. So, contrary to most people's opinion, I think I would choose island music. Like a little reggaeton, you know what I'm saying? Any fictional character, a really hard choice. Either Ferb from Phineas and Ferb, because he never talks, he doesn't need to. I feel like talking gets me in a lot of trouble. Or, no, Ferb is obviously the correct answer. I'm gonna have to go with Ferb. If I could have one superpower for one day. Easy. There's obviously one answer. I'm choosing to fly. The only correct answer, obviously. No one will catch me. It's impossible. Even people who teleport, you can't just teleport in the air. You would fall. I can fly. I can maneuver quite nicely, some would say. If I could only eat one meal for the rest of my life, I would probably have to say fried chicken. My astrological sign is Aquarius. And I thought Aquarius was a water sign because that makes a lot of sense, but apparently it's not. It's an air sign. I think I am a Leo rising. No, I'm a Leo moon and a Taurus rising. Every time I tell people that, they're like, I don't really know what that means, but all the girls out here in LA do, so. These are grapes. I wonder if you can hear. Straight from Erewhon. If I was on a deserted island, what 3 things would I bring? A little squirted out, I'm sorry. A boat, obviously. Fuel. And the Da Vinci Code. I think that I would do well with probably like a flying squirrel of sorts. You know, something that can take care of itself. Something easily. If I could have any other career for a day, what would it be and why? I'd probably work it in and out. Every time you drive past the drive-thru, they're just working so diligently, you know, very little chit-chat. They're just in there to do their job. Fresh food, fresh meats, fresh bread, fresh potatoes. It's a great place to live and work. I know this seems like I'm exaggerating, but I think about it sometimes. I'm like, there's just something so simple about In-N-Out. And they feel like a family, you know? They feel like they care about each other. But guess we'll never know. This is a daily repair moisturizing lotion. So daily means every day. Take this every day. Now we're gonna squirt. Now we're gonna squirt. Might have done a little too much. You need to moisturize. It's good for you guys. No one likes a pasty dry skin. If I could switch lives with anyone for one day, who would it be? Steve Irwin's son. He's just carrying a legacy. You know, I'd really like to be a part of that. He seems to have a way with animals. So, you know, I'd like to experience that side of the world. Down under. My favorite way to spend a lazy Sunday. You know, I wake up, I walk out my bedroom, you know, I go into my roommate's room and I just bug him for the nearest nicotine, whether it be a cigarette or a vape, you know. I hate to admit it, but it's very important to me. I don't know, I really, if it's a lazy day, then anything goes, you know, so I like to lounge around, you know, try out a few outfits. No, mainly me and my roommate just make a bunch of music. We like taking type beats off of YouTube and making songs to them, because no one ever uses type beats anymore and they're awesome. Best self-love advice. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm still trying to figure that one out. No, I think that surrounding yourself with people that love you more than you do even sometimes is a great way to pull yourself out of a rut that life puts you in, you know. It's really hard to love yourself when no one around you loves you either. So, that's what I would say. Small circle of trust. Thank you so much for coming to my mind massage. Make sure to check out my next single, What the Hell, in my album, When the Music Stops, coming this June. Eat your grapes. Dogs can't have grapes, don't give them grapes.
Hey, I'm Luisa. Welcome to my mind massage. I'm gonna take you through a sound journey using some of my favorite things. Okay guys, so grandma's houses. Everywhere in the grandma's house. I'm from Brazil, from a small city called Tuparense, and from the south of Brazil, actually frontiera, almost frontiera with Argentina. And yeah, I lived there until my 17s, and I sung in a wedding band. I started in a wedding band. I started to do like some covers on YouTube, and well, here I am. I think Brazil totally inspiring my music all the time. Like, I love Brazil because I have a lot of cultures and a lot of like kind of music and kind of rhythms, and so I can like do like mixing things, and I think that's what I do best. Brazil have this that like you can mix culture from different like places, and yeah, so that's Brazil inspired me in whatever I do and my songs and my life actually. My biggest music inspiration is I'm obsessed by the Beatles since I was a teenager, like 12 years, and but I love like all the pop divas and a lot of Brazilian singers like Elis Regina. I'm obsessed by her, like, and oh my god, Caetano Veloso, Nara Leão, Cazuza, Cassia Eller, a lot of Brazilian singers. They are the best. Okay, guys, I think it's one of my favorite parts right now, and I'm not actually like so into like sweet things. I prefer like salty things, but those things are the best things that exist. I'm gonna show to you guys. Okay, I'm gonna start with this. That is my favorite chocolate ever. How I call bonbon. How you say that? It's like truffle, is not truffle. I don't know how to say it in English. This calls bonbon, and this one is the best bonbon that exists in the world, and that's it. It calls like ouro branco. We have sonho de valsa também. We have sonho de valsa too. That is like okay. It's the last one that like people never wanted, but if you don't have more, we love to eat that one too, you know. I'm gonna taste that one. Actually, I'm gonna eat everything because I love that chocolate. Like outside, it's like this, and then amazing. This is amazing. I love this. My last single, it was like La Muerte, calls La Muerte, is like featuring Toquicha, and I obsessed by her. She's amazing, and I'm so happy with that single because I love, and like, people who speak Spanish, please let's go listen and tell me if I am singing well Spanish, because my first language is Portuguese, so I need your help. Go to listen. This is a chocolate umbrella, and it's very common in Brazil, and everywhere in Brazil, but in the countryside it's very popular. I'm from the countryside. This remember my childhood, and it's very good. It's like this is a thing from my countryside. Like this is don't even exist in the like whole Brazil, and this is called chimarrão, and or like matcha. You guys know like matcha is that like, but we do on this thing that this is from Rio Grande do Sul, and like you need hot water, and you put okay, this is erva mate, like yerba mate, and I do like this o mate, but you can do it like other ways, but that's the way I know. Then you what a mess. Okay, and then assim, you do like this with a spoon, you know. I don't know why I say this in English. Like, faz buraco. Oh my god, this is the worst mate that I ever done in my whole life, but yeah, that's it. And then it's easy. You put a little bit more of water right here. And like it's done, and then you just like amazing. I love it. Tastes like I would say grama, grass. It's amazing. And then here's the thing: when you like put water here and start to drink, you need to drink until the end. If you not drink all the drink, it's like bad luck. And if you like don't drink everything and pass it to someone else, like I'll taste craziest thing that is happening right now with my career is like being like a global force into the Billboard Woman Music Award. This is so crazy and I'm very happy, and I think the thing that I like more like happy, it's like sing with Demi Lovato and like do a song with her, like, and not makes, but like sing with her in Portuguese. That is my language. Like, so this, it's making me like totally like happy and grateful to Billboard, to Demi, and people abroad, like watching my work, you know, and listen my music. This is crazy, and yeah, it's crazy. So I'm very happy. That's it. Thank you for coming to my mind massage, and the matcha is finished. Look at that like sounds. This is the end. You guys can hear it. Oh my god. I still have a lot. But this is the end. Like, I think for real it's the last one. Thanks God. Oh my god. Bye. Make sure to listen to my single, La Muerte.
Hello, I'm Braden. I'm Cole. I'm Dylan, and we're Wallows. Welcome to My Massage. We're here today to take you on a sound journey using some of our favorite things. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy. This is my tennis racket. I picked up tennis like a year and a half ago, and I became totally obsessed. And yeah, I play multiple times a week. Okay. Nice lemon and lime. Yeah. This might be kind of loud. One each. There you go. There's something so satisfying about a tennis ball. It's so green, so limey. Okay. Dylan and I met when we were very young, and we bonded over our love for music, the same kind of music. We basically met Cole like a year and a half later, and from there we just started writing songs and been a band now for a long time. It's very nice. We've played as a band together for a really long time, and we went by various band names for most of our teenage years, and at a certain point we were like, man, we've kind of outgrown our old names, what do we change it to? I think Braden realized that in Tony Hawk's Underground, is that right? That's right. There's a level that you can play called Wallows. It's a skate spot in Hawaii that we actually went to in real life when we played there. That's right. He threw it in the hat, and then that's what we landed on.
I mean, I feel like our influences are ever evolving as we discover new artists, new music that's coming out. Definitely stems back to like the Beatles originally, and then the Strokes were a huge one for us, and things like that. And nowadays it's just whatever is currently exciting to us, I'd say. but it's ever evolving, really. It's funny doing it like this. You feel like you're being interrupted by something. So we have a new album coming out. It's called Model. It's our third album. We have 2 different versions of the vinyl here. We've got the standard one, which is clear. And then the, which one is that?
I think this is the sunset.
The sunset, yeah. Braden's not helping with that one. Sunset. Wow. We're gonna open them for you.
Let's get the shrink wrap. Yeah, cool. It's our first time in the gatefold.
It has our poster on the inside. And all the lyrics in the back.
I got the sunset variant.
I've got the standard clear variant.
It's 12 songs.
No skips.
The creative process for Model. I feel like this album came together quicker than our other projects in terms of the recording. We ended up going into a studio for about 2 months, and we recorded 25 different songs. So, yeah, just a lot of material this time. And we very carefully narrowed it down to our favorite 12. We worked with our producer, John Congleton, again, who did our first album, Nothing Happens. And, yeah, we're really excited for people to hear it. It feels like our most mature project. We've been a band for a long time now, so, yeah, it feels like it sounds that way.
I hope that listeners find this album to be very addictive and easy to put on and not too difficult to digest. Just really enjoyable, really addicting. It's my favorite kind of album, one that flies by and one that you just want to keep putting on. That's what I want people to get. And I want our hardcore fans to, I want our hardcore, like our diehard fans to have something that really means something to them with this album, like our albums before. And this can hopefully do something for them at this point in their life, and that it resonates with their fans deeply. I hope it's our most enjoyable yet.
You're always trying to, like, write music that you haven't written before, but naturally it's like you're writing it. So, I always say, like, if I picked up a guitar now, it may or may not be different to something I would write 7 years ago, but it naturally will be because you just, influences change, or you hear something new, or, like, how many more words can a novelist write? They all exist. He's got to rearrange them, I think if I had to bring an album to a deserted island, it would be Pet Sounds by the Beach Boys, because I feel like that album is so beautiful, and I feel like there's a lot of emotions that album, like, conjures up in you, and I feel like if you wanted to remember a lost love, you got that song, and if you wanted to remember true love, you have those songs as well. Beautifully written.
Pet Sounds is what I was going to say, so I'm going to say Blonde.
Nice. Yeah, I was gonna say Pet Sounds too, which is, yeah, good. Yeah, Pet Sounds.
So I have this thing where every time I drink out of a can, I absolutely have to do this every single time when I finish the drink, every time. But I'll walk you through what I do. And then I fold the inside back. And then I tear the top off this for some reason. I drop it in. And then I tear this in half. Let's see. I break it all into little pieces.
had a superpower, it would be to have Scotty Scheffler's golf skills. That'd be so cool. And maybe, like, fly.
Flying would be pretty coded. Yeah. I mean, teleportation would be great. Yeah. You could do so many things.
But then it would get boring and you wouldn't appreciate
The journey.
the journey.
True.
You would just always be places. It's like the Seinfeld bit of like, we're out. This is what out is.
Right.
And when you're out, you got to go back. People want to get back when you're out. It's like that vibe. Like, you're always just going to want to travel somewhere else. You're not
Fair.
You're not going to be happy where you are.
Telepathy.
Oh,
To be able to
God.
pick something up with your like that. Isn't that?
But then
telekinesis.
Oh,
Telekinesis. Shit, telekinesis.
But then you're not going to appreciate using your hands.
Yeah, it's always.
Have the superpower to always appreciate what's going on.
Yeah.
Okay. So I brought my Friday the 13th Ultimate Collection. Some Jason Voorhees. One of the underrated people, up there with Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, Jason Voorhees. My number one is Michael Myers, though. Sorry, Jason. Halloween 3 Season of the Witch is one of the greatest movies of all time. Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Jason has 14 kills.
It's pretty scratched up, Braden.
Sorry. Sorry, Michael. We love Halloween. We love going to Halloween Horror Nights every year. We love horror movies.
Kids, if you didn't know,
Let's hear it.
on a DVD, there's scene selections. So if you want a scene, you can't scroll. You have to you have to go to click forward to the scene of the movie that you want to watch.
But this is one of the most underrated films of all time. Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. If you haven't seen it, there's no Michael in it, but it's so good. So my favorite movies of all time are Halloween, Halloween 3, Halloween 4, Jaws, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
The movie that I've probably seen the most in my life is Finding Nemo. Because my little sister was obsessed. I've seen it like just dozens of times. It's a good one. I think the original Scream is way up there for me. And also The Iron Giant. That's the first movie I ever saw in theaters, and I was that big. And it's just, yeah, it's resonated with me ever since. I still think it's an incredible film.
Also, the Social Network's really rewatchable and great.
It's also one of my favorites.
Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island.
Oh, yeah.
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 I feel like the goal would always be to just write songs and release albums that we're really proud of, and never just like make an album to put one out or because we need to. You know, it's always going to be because we feel like we have music that we want people to hear. Like, there's no quota we're trying to keep up with, you know. So I feel like our goal is just to stay consistent with like the music we make, and hopefully the shows grow because people discover you more. I think that'd be really cool because that's what that means, you know.
I think just to get better, I mean, to believe that our music is getting better and cooler and stronger.
Yeah.
As long as we can keep doing that and believing in that, then we could keep doing this forever. I also think my main goal for the next year and a half while we're touring and doing this like big, you know, the biggest tour we've done yet, having these really big moments, is to just remain present and enjoy and appreciate and soak in every single moment, because you never know when it could all just be done, you know. So just really like take this in as if it's never going to happen again, but it's definitely going to.
Yeah.
It's just really soak it in, because it's easy to go on stage and sort of like disassociate and like get on and be like, I don't even remember what that show was like. And it was like a really important one. I want to make sure I soak it all in.
Too many drinks. Just kidding. For me, your best self-love would be obvious things like trying not to compare yourself to others, you know, maybe staying off social media as much as you can, or like don't let it like be like your life or something. And mindfulness and like just meditation helps a lot, and just being happy with who you are. Like, I heard this thing where like self-consciousness or like being overaware of yourself is like would only be negative. So it's like you want to try to just be happy with who you are. It's easier said than done, don't get me wrong, but I think meditation, mindfulness, going on walks, having good food, if you can, is good potentially. It could help you out. Whatever works for you, honestly.
My best self-love advice. I think it's okay to be critical of yourself. I think it's okay to like want to edit yourself, but if you do that and like there's things you would change or whatever, just be really nice about it. Just take it easy. Like everything's gonna be okay, and whatever it is that you see yourself doing or that you want to change or whatever, just take baby steps and like you can do it. Like sometimes I'm guilty of saying things with like mean words when they don't have to be mean words. So just try to swap in some nicer ones.
I'm not trying to be a broken record, but I do think that the best form of self-love is staying away from social media as much as you can, because I think that is the precipice of a lot of self-harm and mental harm. And the more you can realize that that's not real life and just focus on yourself and not what others are doing, the better you're going to feel. And the more you're going to find that you love about yourself.
Well, everybody, we've been Wallows. I hope you enjoyed our mind massage. Our third album, Model, releases on May 24th. And yeah, we hope you find it and listen, and maybe we'll see you at a show.